What up, everybody? It's Beltway Football, live in Madrid, the Real Madrid practice facility. You know me well enough that my favorite stuff in the world is not stuff you can buy. It's like when you go to Augusta and you're able to get a pencil or something, like stuff that is not available, right? That's why you were cool about it. This was my idea for a shot. And
are you getting ready to steal a golf cart? Is that what you want to do?
But how cool is this? This is the Real Madrid official golf cart. I'm not bringing this home with me, but like you're not going to see that anywhere else. I just thought it was cool. We've been in Real Madrid for a couple of days now. It feels like a month.
I believe they call it the Shield, is what they've been saying.
I mean, we're kind of over here with a different shield. There might be a shield off between Roger and Mbappe.
Santiago Bernabeu.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Today was an interesting day. It was, the third day of practice.
Fast Friday.
But it wasn't that fast a Friday.
No.
It was kind of a real practice, and it was nice to see the guys were kind of fired up out there. We saw the quarterbacks
DQ kind of explained,
the game.
I thought it made sense. He's like, all right, we came overnight Monday into Tuesday morning. We knew Wednesday was going to be slow. Guys were just jet lagged. And then we ramped it up Thursday, Friday. So I think they kind of changed their normal schedule. I mean, hopefully it works. Everything sounds good until everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth, right?
And we got a chance to talk to Joe Whitt today about the changes that were happening. I thought he did a good job of being accountable and was he's always been honest with us.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that it's turned into good play on the field, but he's always been honest, and you appreciate that out of him.
I'm not surprised how he handled everything, just with candor and you know what I mean. Like maybe we can run that later.
We are at the end of this. At the end of this pod. Whether you're watching on YouTube or listening anywhere you get your podcast, we're going to have the audio.
I asked him, but like he acknowledged how many injuries there were, but said it doesn't matter. He's still got to play.
Yeah.
I think there may have been some schematic problems in Joe Whitt's plan, but I also just don't think they're that good on defense. Last year they weren't that good. Just their offense was incredible, and they generated some turnovers.
They generated a lot of turnovers.
It's an oblong-shaped ball. It bounces funny, man.
Yeah. To me, I mean, the defense wasn't good last year. You said it. The explosive plays were a problem last year. They were counterfeited by all the explosive plays the Commanders' offense was making. No Jaden, the offense being clunky, no Terry, no Debo for times, no Brown, all the different stuff is tough.
No Eckler.
We're going into Monday or Sunday's game. I think 11 guys who started week 1 are not going to be on the field.
That's crazy. Did you see that stat Nicky had about Dorrance Armstrong? That
through the pressure rate.
Through 6 weeks, Washington was pressuring quarterbacks at a 40% rate. Dorrance goes down, that dropped to whatever it is now, 28% or whatever.
We're sitting here talking about this, and it just dawned on me, maybe we should have just gotten some keys to a golf cart and done this pod driving around.
These guys are pretty buttoned up around here. There's like a lot of dudes with large guns. Like you can't just wander around at the Real Madrid facility. So I think we're doing all right here.
I agree.
And they've been feeding us well. There's been interesting food.
It's been okay.
You can't complain.
No, I'm not. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's been okay.
But yes, I understand you're not complaining. But they're trying really hard to do like what we're used to, and there is like just a big old gap.
They've done a great job of making sure that the drinks and the food and stuff are out. Everything that's there is ham or
the pizza's all right.
That's a ham pizza. It's a full-on ham pizza.
It might be pepperoni.
It's a ham pizza.
Do you eat pepperoni?
Nope. So listen. It's been.
How do you eat hot dogs? You kind of have your own.
I have my It's creative. I play the if I don't know if it's not like overtly there, but it's also I don't like the taste of ham and like that. So that's.
Can we talk about our first big night out or half of our first big night out? There's plenty of football. I don't know. Bill was really funny. Bill had this like very honest because a lot of the local Spanish media has been asking like, have you learned any Spanish? And Bill's like, I have, and they're like, oh, what? And he's like, hola.
¿Cómo
and
estás?
everybody just kind of laughed because they're like, dog, that's like the baseline to say hola. It was funny though. It was like an earnest moment.
I like Chris Rodriguez was like, I learned Jeremy Nichols said como se dice, and Chris Rodriguez was like, I didn't realize I had to say like como se dice sunglasses to like get somebody to answer. So he would just be like como se dice. And people are just like standing there waiting for him. So
you got to at least point to something.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, we could do football. Like, this game's going to be what this game is. I have no idea what the Dolphins have done all week. I don't know when they got here. Like, there is like a kind of cool Chris Paul and his brother on the other side of the field. That's kind of neat.
I agree. Football's almost secondary.
C-Rod did make a mention of how different the grass is.
Yeah.
And like it was a very, we're talking super like subtle, in-depth comment, but like that's always something to watch in these new stadiums.
Well, it's interesting. We talked the other day about the flat field and how that might kind of throw off some things. I was talking to some folks around the NFL, and they were actually explaining that a lot of the new fields, because of the sub-air drying systems, like you think of Augusta, the greens there, the NFL teams are starting to put that in their new stadiums, and the fields aren't quite as crowned as they used to be. They were crowned so that they had so they could drain. So they've played some games on these flat fields, and maybe it's not quite as much of a hindrance as we think it's going to be.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, you'll see them. If I had to guess, they'll certainly be getting cleats adjusted and stuff.
We saw that happen on the field today during practice. Who was
Terry
that?
was out there. We got to see him just jogging, just kind of little work on the side. Not close. I mean, you're not playing this week, and then it's a bye. So who knows by the time we get to Denver? Honestly, by the time we get to Denver, I don't know that we know anything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that game's going to remain Sunday night. I don't know if Jaden might be at. Like,
that's what I was going to say. Are we going to know something from Jaden at that point?
We don't know anything.
There's going to be a lot of things. Quick practice. It was fun. They were playing. They were trying to throw the ball into the.
Nobody got it. Tavita finally got it.
Tavita finally got it, but Debo Samuel kept jumping in and kind of randomly.
Debo and Sam Hartman constantly dancing around together. That's a vibe.
Did you see Sam Hartman playing the lefty? They're trying to throw the ball into the net lefty.
Oh,
and
I did.
It was Sam, and I don't know who the other person that he was with was.
I don't know.
But Sam throwing lefty looked a lot like you and I trying to throw righty. It was kind of funny to see an NFL player like look silly semi-silly throwing a football. But they were just having fun, and that was in the pre-practice stuff. So for folks who want to be like they're not practicing hard enough, that's not what this was.
Luvu was out of the no contact.
Yep.
I feel like the weather in Spain has been mucho spatio. I just got dumped on. There was a really cool, cute kids flag football thing.
Yeah.
With
You got a double
players.
rainbow there? That was cool.
It poured rain for like 10 minutes.
So we got done with Joe Whitt right back here, and then we went inside and were doing some editing stuff, and then we turned around, and it is just an absolute
We were out
downpour.
on the field.
And right at that time is when the media shuttle left, and so like you saw all the guys like running out with like their shirts covered.
Dude, it was shout out to Dave Schaller, who's like a PR guy for HSBC, and he was saying, or HBSC.
Yeah.
I think HSBC is like a Hong Kong bank.
Yeah.
HBSC is Harris Blitzer.
Yes.
Regardless, he was like, it's a passing storm. I was like, you serious? It's dumping rain. It's like 5-10 minute stops. He was correct.
But it's also the perfect PR thing. Like, no, don't leave.
Right.
The weather's gonna be fine in 5
I didn't even
minutes.
think about that angle. That's funny.
All right, you want to get to the first big night out?
For you. So there was a media happy hour, but I had to be on the radio.
Yeah.
So by the time I caught up with you guys, I was 6 hours behind you.
Super big shout out to everyone who put together the media happy hour.
Dude. Oh, not for me.
It was
I was invited.
It was a lot of fun. You
Just sang karaoke?
Yes, I sang karaoke. Do you have the video now?
I do not.
Okay, good.
Is there a video?
There might be.
Oh boy.
I sang Piano Man. I don't really know exactly how that happened. I think I was trying to encourage other people to do it.
Anytime you don't know how that happened is.
Well, I was encouraging other people to do it, and somehow I was the one that got offered up. So we had some fun, sang some karaoke, ate some tapas, and drank some vino.
Yeah, and then I caught up with you midnight-ish.
Many hours later.
It's been a blast here. I hope the game can live up to it. We do have the pod party tonight. Do we have any predictions for the pod party?
Yes.
What are they?
We're going to buy a lot of beers for a lot of folks.
All right. That's the only. All right. I mean, at this point, we're pot committed, so we can just tell the truth. We have confirmed nothing with the bar.
It's perfectly on brand for Beltway Football.
I agree. But I'm just saying, like 100 chips, it goes great, it goes fine, it's a disaster.
I think it's everything that we always do. Right down the line. 50-50. 50, it's going to be awesome, and 50, it's going to be a disaster. But either way, it's going to be fun.
Let's ride the lightning,
yeah,
dude.
We're going to ride the lightning, exactly. Listen, I sent a nice email in Spanish to the restaurant last week when we started talking about it. I also gave them a phone call last week as well. I did a little due diligence. They didn't respond to either phone call or email.
Does that give you pause about this evening, or does that make you more excited?
I think I like the unknownness of it. It's going to be.
It's like we're like frontiersmen. We're going where no man has gone before.
We're drinking frontiersmen.
Well, it'll be interesting because I think a lot of people might come.
So that's I've been unworried about it all week until.
It's like on a WhatsApp thread.
Last night, some folks were talking about it, and I was like, how do you know about this? And like,
I mean,
how
we've
are you
been
gonna end up
posting
here?
it. Like,
Yes, this was friend of friend of friend type people, not followers of.
we'll
of
see how
ours,
it
but
goes. We'll see how it
fun.
goes. It'll be fun.
Thanks for following along all week. We're
Yeah,
gonna
hopefully
be,
you've enjoyed it. We try to show you lots of behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, no live post game show after the game in Madrid, but it'll be up immediately on YouTube. Hopefully by about
Probably by,
halftime
like,
of the 1 o'clock games is what I'm hoping.
Halftime of the 1 o'clock. Yeah, that sounds
The
reasonable.
game's gonna end at 11:30, 12:30 in East Coast time.
Yeah.
About
The
an
game's going
hour.
to end like 12:30, 12:45 East Coast time.
Yeah. So then you have an hour post game.
Yeah.
Gets you to 1:30, 1:45, then 30 minutes of us talking and 30 minutes of them putting it up.
Halftime of a 1 o'clock is usually 2:30ish. Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Somewhere around 2:33.
All right,
Anyways,
watch for
appreciate
it.
you guys following along. If you made it this far, I'd say we owe you a beer, but by the time you're watching this,
We might have been
we're
thrown
gonna
out of the
have-
country.
Yeah.
For inciting a riot.
Monumental might throw us out of Monumental for buying too many beers, but that's a good story for a different day.
Only one way to find out.
What was that like for you? And just nothing more than that.
I've been in this business long enough, and at the end of the day, it's about winning and about producing, and we've yet to do that this year. And so it wasn't necessarily anything that I was necessarily shocked by. We're here to win. So no different than if you move a player in and out. Sometimes that happens in coaching. So
Is it hard to accept, though, going to a different role like that at this point in the year? Do you?
that doesn't matter if it's hard or not. It's the reality of what it is. The performance was not what it needed to be, and we're not winning. So it doesn't matter if it's hard or not. It is what it is.
So
What were
where
your-
do you think
Sorry,
things?
go ahead.
Where do you think things started to really go wrong?
There's a myriad of things, but I'm not going to get here and talk about that right now. The main thing is that we need to put a system together that we can win, and we can win this game right now, and then we'll worry about everything else moving forward.
Your relationship with Dan Quinn seems like it's solid enough to make this work going forward. I mean, how will your day-to-day change, and how has your relationship with him been in the days since?
Oh, relationship's the same. He has a job to do. We all have jobs to do, okay? And so what we're going to do and what we've done this week is very similar to how we operated in Dallas. And so we're very comfortable with that. And, the only difference is, he was in the box with me when he called it. And so he'll be on the field. So that'll be a little different. We did that one time, and we played New Orleans when Mike McCarthy got COVID. So we were in separate places from that standpoint. But other than that, we're working it very similar than what we did in Dallas.
What is your role then? What are you?
Well, the day-to-day, it hasn't really changed. We work together on the call sheet. In the call sheet, he's there. Scripting, we work together with that. But on game days,
He talked about how difficult the conversation was, or it was personal for him, obviously for you. How did you take it, knowing it's coming from a guy, a friend?
well, the thing is, our relationship is a special one. There's very few people in coaching that I'm closer to, but I understood it. We had a conversation that night after the game, and so I understood it, and I expected it, and so it was what it was. And when he came and sat down and talked to me, I knew what the conversation was going to be. So I have no ill will to anybody, man. It's about winning. All right, that's what it's about. It's about winning and playing well, and we haven't done that. So that's the bottom line.
Hey,
And
Coach,
go ahead.
hey, Coach, what have you seen in practice this week from the guys? Do you see a different energy now that they've been able to be together?
The energy's been the same. Practice has not been the problem. Okay, the performance on game day has been the problem. All right? We've had great energy in practice. We've had, producing the ball. We haven't done it on game day, and that's the only thing that matters. So we have to do it on game day. Hopefully, this Sunday we'll get it done.
How did you approach players after the decision was made? Did you talk to players? Did DQ tell them, or how was it sort of conveyed to them?
DQ told him, and then it really the way that we operate, and the coaching staff, we're all together, and the players were all together. When we're in that building, it's a brotherhood, and so that's what it is. So I'm not going to go by each player, and one thing I never do, so we can keep this straight. When I'm doing up, when I'm doing good, I don't beat my chest. When I'm walking around and not doing good, I don't hang my head. That doesn't work for anybody, So the work is the work. I'm going to keep working my butt off, and that's what it is. I don't expect anybody to feel sorry. They shouldn't. And that's the job we chose.
Any sense of what it means for you just for the long term here, or even
You know,
for the
not worried
season?
about that now. Right now, just worried about winning this game. You know, if we can win this game and get on the streak of winning and producing and playing better defense, you know, we'll worry about that down the road. But right now, it is about we came here for one reason, that's to win. Yeah.
You guys have made a couple changes through the season, up in the box, back down to the field, cutting the playbook down. Has there been any further kind of fundamental changes to the way that you're going to play the defense now that things have changed with the play calling?
Well, you know, not really. The calls are the calls. You know, I don't want to get into schematics because I don't want to give any advantage away. But you know, the calls are the calls. You know, we just have to execute them and play them well.
You guys, you've made a lot of changes, at least subtle changes or whatever. How frustrating, surprising, whatever, that they didn't take hold more.
You know, it's disappointing in the fact that going into the season, felt very good about it. You know, then coming out of that Giants game, felt very good about where we were, and it is a little bit frustrating that we haven't produced better, and didn't see it coming. Definitely, if we saw it coming, it would have been different. But you know, it is what it is. Being frustrated doesn't help the end product.
Joe, how much do you think injuries impacted this season?
You know, I was going back looking at the game, the first game. Both tackles, both ends are gone, both corners are gone, safety. There's a number, but that is NFL football, you know, so you can't make that as an excuse. But, you know, it plays some factor, into it.
Good.